1. We live.
I like how it notifies you. This stream is live. Stream is live.
We live.
So yeah, but anyhow, those candies can get they can take like 100 milligrams before you even think about even tasting the rosin.
Yeah, I like the fact that you don't taste it. Period. Like, far as the aftertaste, I hate that shit. Like,
yeah, at least after.
Well, those ones even have because they're I think they're like 15s or something, but there's like 50. I think there's 50 or 75 milligrams of CBD in them. So it's got a considerable amount of oil in it.
So are we on?
Hey, I mean, far as like,
we're on my page, your page.
I feel the
Homegrowers page, Lit.
I'll close mine once we start up.
Yeah,
and then
it's surprising that you like the fruit punch the most. I think that one's kind of the worst one out of the bunch.
So everybody that's out there, the link that you see I put into the YouTubes, if you guys could click on that link, it'll bring you to the Homegrowers Network YouTube direct. That we're trying to guide everybody into those comments.
Yeah, and then once we're up for a little bit, I'll close my other live, and anybody over there can
funnel.
Let's see, Ricky, Jazz, Tabby, Doug, Maz. You guys could click on that link I have pinned there. Join us over in that live. Oh, Ricky made it. Victor, what up?
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys been seeing the social medias blowing up, everybody getting all mad as of late, calling everybody fascists and Nazis.
Man, they get over it.
Yeah.
Just what they did to Tino, but like in the real life.
Crazy over there.
they get over it. Sure.
Well, no, I think it's like it's an interesting conversation for the cannabis community anyway. But I do know you got to kind of understand the definition, because if you keep throwing that shit out there to people that it don't apply to, it kind of lessens the impact of calling somebody a Nazi or a fascist,
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, I was watching some of the lives the past like couple of weeks, and it's been like the common theme.
Yeah, it's a go-to for sure.
Yeah, well, what's funny is like the whole Tesla thing and all that shit. Like, there's a guy here locally that went and bought a Tesla just so he could smash it up. And it's like back in the day when people were burning jerseys and shit. Like, you bought it. Why would you burn it?
It's over, right? Motherfucker already made their profit. You stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, they got your money. So. But look, I guess
hold up,
people.
I don't like in-house. I'm about to buy them out and flush these motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed when, like, I remember when that was like a thing where people were like burning, and I think Tino's boxes were getting shot up or something on some video.
Oh, dude, they burned the hats and the shirts.
Man, the hats,
That's the worst. These are nice hats. Why would you burn this?
Yeah. No, but that's the craziest part is like, I get protesting, but why, like anybody that's ever bought like a jersey and shit, they've spent a couple $100 on it, and you're gonna burn that shit just so you can get a couple of likes on a social media.
Mental health is real.
Well, look, man, the way I see it is you want some change, then stop asking for it, demand it, and vote better.
Stop playing the game. Shit.
I think we
don't even understand how everybody is one big part of this shit. Like,
well, what I've been noticing though, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but you notice the ramp up against cannabis especially in the past like 6 weeks, where now all of a sudden we're getting a ton of these articles and all this stuff that's basically trying to bash cannabis, and then also like down in Florida and all that, they're trying to eliminate competition with by trying to get rid of the hemp. You know, the kind of when you start seeing kind of seeing like a direction one way, you kind of start picking up the patterns that is kind of fabricated. You know, like these people are getting paid to keep the propaganda train going.
Yeah, I saw something today where they said that there was something came out where they were having all these young influencers post about fucking anti-weed shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's a company called there's a company out there. Okay, so check this out. This is what I learned. So there's an actual company out there that's called Influgent or I don't know. I'll get the I can't remember the name. But anyway, what they do is a company or a group or somebody will come to them and they have all these influencers on their payroll, and what they'll do is like start posting whatever campaign. So like big companies are using this stuff where like you know when they were talking about sugar and aspartame and all that, right? These influencers were like, "Oh, you're trying to take our Coca-Cola away or trying to take our sodas away." And in fact, those influencers were on a list being paid to say that and say that in mass. So when you start seeing a lot of this stuff, and it happens not just in politics, but we're starting to see it now. When you see a certain like demographic or group types all saying the same thing and reposting the same shit, and when you look at the comments, it's just basically a circle jerk, and they don't really mean the shit. They're being paid to say it and do it, and it's kind of crazy. But then again, I mean, shit, if they were like, you know, Twisted, we're gonna give you $50,000 for you to, you know, denounce cannabis, you'd probably be like, yeah, I'll probably do that for an hour or two.
An hour or two, exactly. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Right?
hey, history repeats itself.
And then you come out
Yeah.
later, jokesies.
Modern
Joking.
day propaganda. That's all.
The whole time I'll make sure I have this is sponsored by a big question mark. That's it.
Right? Well, but there's an
Right.
actual company that does that. So when you start seeing, because like when you start seeing like a uniform type of propaganda piece, you know that something's brewing, something's going down, because especially the attack on the medicinal aspect of cannabis, because when that starts getting attacked, that means that there's something groundbreaking that's going to come through, or some sort of information that's going to validate a lot of stuff in many cases. But if you get a lot of the ahead of it in the propaganda and kind of denounce it, or you know, kind of set the path to you know, deflect, you see that often just in our normal news media and all that. So like Bearded Bros posted this article that was in Forbes, and you just look into the guy and you realize, oh, he works for a huge cancer research facility. He's the chief operating officer of the communications and their information. Now, if, say, for instance, some of these studies come out and it says that it shrinks tumors or it can aid in the remission of cancer, that a lot of these cancer societies and a lot of these cancer people are going to lose a lot of dollars, you know, not just in donations, but in grants and everything else, you know. Now, the thing is with that though, is you're going to be able to, if you're able to medicate yourself or have the means, like for instance, growing 10-20 plants, you're going to get a pretty good like medical supply for yourself, and you can heal yourself. Then, you know, all of a sudden they don't have to do those billion-dollar walks every year, you know, because they found a solution. You know, that when you're talking, you know, you could hit some pockets, you can hit billions, and in some cases trillions of dollars that, you know, people stand to lose if people could actually treat and medicate themselves.
I mean, why not let us practice with the cannabis? They let them practice with everything else, you know. They let them play with opioids and all this other shit. Why can't we do our thing with hemp?
Well, I think it's one of those things where I think they did sort of discounted the community as a whole, even the generations that were before us. I think they discounted it because they knew that the medicinal properties of it. Because even back from the studies back in the '60s, and then even with during the Nixon administration, Nixon kept it illegal. Nixon had the option to take it off the schedule, but he wanted to keep it illegal because it helped him politically, right? Didn't help him long term because he got kicked out of office. But my point is that you see these patterns and they keep repeating. But I don't think they were fully. I think they underestimated the plant and the growing community and the power behind it because they did let everybody experiment with it. You did have the Charlotte's Webs, you did have the Rick Simpson's oil, you did have this stuff that just came